Here's what's making news now around Indiana. Brought to you by Chapman Heating, Air Conditioning and Plumbing. The man for all seasons, Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com. Well, our Endangered Indiana series has taken us to historic buildings all over Indiana. This week, we have an update on recent changes made to downtown Attica, a repeat entry on Indiana Landmark's 10 Most Endangered List. Around Indiana reporter Mary-Rachel Redman joins us remotely with more on the latest developments to the National Register listed streetscape in Fountain County. Mary-Rachel.
Thanks, Gary. Well, downtown Attica is the very first place we visited on our Endangered Indiana series, and not even 2 weeks passed after we'd made the visit, bulldozers came and took down 2 buildings in the historic downtown district. So 2 historic buildings in the first block of downtown have been completely leveled. The result, 3 empty lots now sitting on the National Register listed streetscape. The city of Attica has purchased a number of buildings downtown and has released a comprehensive economic development plan that includes low-income apartments and new commercial spaces that will fit aesthetically with the remaining historic buildings still standing. As for the storied Hotel Attica, the north wing of the building was recently bulldozed. And officials tell me the plan is to save this historic landmark. However, I followed up with one longtime downtown business owner who we talked with in September, and she says watching these historic buildings come down is like losing a best friend.
I think there was certainly a feeling of loss. You're losing the face and the front of your downtown, and with that comes part of the character of your city. I think it's still a sad statement when we see our historic downtowns just going away like this.
Another small Indiana town, though, is actively working on improving its main street. In September, Tipton's downtown revitalization plan was approved after receiving a $45,000 grant awarded by Okra. The 5-year plan will cost an estimated $5 to $8 million to complete.
The vast majority of rural counties are having declining population, and our projections suggest that we're going to continue with that. So if we're going to help change that trajectory in Tipton, it's going to take a concerted effort and a very focused strategy. And so that was what we hoped to achieve through that strategic plan.
Last week, we visited the historic Tipton County Jail and Sheriff's residence, and Schmicker tells me he remains hopeful that the jail will continue to attract interested investors so his team can use the historic landmark as a potential focal point of the city's new redevelopment plan moving forward. And given Indiana Landmark's track record, there's a reasonably good chance that could happen. Since the 10 Most Endangered List debuted in 1991, only 19 of the 146 places that have made the list have been demolished. That's a nearly 87% success rate over the last 30 years. Not too bad. Gary, back to you.
All right, Mary-Rachel, thank you. Also making headlines around Indiana, United Parcel Service has launched its next-day air service operations at Gary Chicago International Airport. Each weeknight, UPS aircraft will depart Gary Chicago International for the company's global air hub in Louisville, carrying thousands of express packages. UPS says it expects to employ about 60 people at the Gary facility. Some will be current UPS employees who transfer to Gary, while others will be new hires. Evansville-based CenterPoint Energy is seeking a review of its natural gas rates for Southwest Indiana to recover costs associated with the recently completed $240 million pipeline improvement project. The utility provides service to more than 113,000 customers in Southwest Indiana. If approved by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, the average residential customer could see an approximate increase of about $15 in their monthly bills. The Center of Workforce Innovations in Valparaiso says President and CEO Linda Woloshansky will retire early next year. She served that organization as president since its founding in 2000. During her tenure, the organization has laid the foundation and strategy for CWI to serve as a catalyst for community and business investment in workforce, education, and economic development all over Northwest Indiana.